I can do this. He looks so hot.
It's the glasses. I got them from Walmart.
They're making me wet.
Spectacular.
Starting the interview off roster style, not a surprise.
Yeah. I feel like given your guys' brand, pun intended, because we're with Branded Sports. I mean, it couldn't start off with just, "Hey, how you doing?" It had to start off with a little bit of
some sexual harassment, a little bit of that.
But I don't think we have an HR person, so we're good. And I probably would have reported anyway.
That's why I'm trying to slide him in now while I can.
Yeah, once we get big and we get HR, we can't just all be sexually harassing each other. Like I've done it to AJ, of one of our bloggers, all the time. I'm just sending him suggestive pics of myself, but like once we go big,
hey, if you want to CC me on those, I'll take it.
So we have the roster girls here with me, Chavy, and you can see it's the roster girls Q&A, and I have the ticker on the bottom. Follow the roster girls on Twitter. And I was going to put your guys' individual Twitters on here, but you guys retweet all the stuff on there. So if you go to the Roster Podcast Twitter page, you're going to see an Echo tweet. You're going to see Anna Marie tweet. And chances are you're probably going to do a double take because that's what I did when I first read
because they're so good and wholesome, right?
Yeah, they're good Christian tweets. Very relatable to the stay-at-home.
Recently is the hand that's got the saliva all over it, and it's like when they ask why I buy her things.
Oh yeah, just the aggressive hand gibbers.
I frequently use my Twitter to roast the men that I'm having sex with. Like, for example, the one that drives like a rapist van. It's like one of those white vans that they tell you not to get into as a kid. Well, I got in.
Was it also no windows? Is that like, did it go full on?
I think there's windows, but not the whole way back. Not where I was. No, I was in the kidnap zone.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. Wow, that's definitely like keep your iPhone tracking app on so Echo here can like just hunt you down and save you. Be great for the podcast. I mean, it probably would be a little scary.
That's why I do it. It's for you guys.
That's just content. You guys are always thinking like that. So yeah, it's the Roster Podcast, and I'm not gonna lie. When you first followed me on Twitter, when we found out we were coworkers, I thought it was the Rooster because Rooster is another name for cock, and I was like, that's creative. The Roster's just as good though because you guys said, I'll let you guys explain. Why is it the Roster Podcast?
Take it, babe.
We started a document. I think it was either our senior year of high school or our first year out of high school. And so we were young and we were just kind of getting into the world of casual dating, and we had no idea what the fuck we were doing. And so it was us and our other friend, and we just kind of wrote out like guidelines. Like, what do you do if you get an STI? What do you do if you get pregnant? What do you say to the guy that ghosted you? How do you deal with all of these situations? And we really laid it out. We have a whole charter, and it actually has 3 core principles, which are be honest,
case studies,
be honest, be shameless, be safe, and then yes, we also have detailed case studies from individual experiences throughout the years.
It's very official. Wow. So we like hearing ourselves talk. So eventually we thought, what better way to like
share the
gospel than to like talk some more.
Yes, and so obviously that document was called The Roster, and so when we wanted to make a podcast, it seemed like an obvious choice.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, that sounds like a surefire choice for the name. And it can also get the people that want to get like fantasy football advice. They may just stumble on it by accident because they're like, okay, they're talking about the roster here.
Yeah, and we actually
this, and then
we have the sports facts too. We like know sports.
Yeah, but like it'd be funny to have someone looking up fantasy football and then stumble into a sex podcast, and then that's I'm sure that's how you get some of your fans too.
We do have a market for men in their 40s. I don't know what it is, but that's see you guys.
Yes, we actually have a really cool demographic split though that's pretty even between men and women. So everybody loves sex,
which is good because like you definitely get the horny men demographic, but then it's like that's not. I mean,
we're
let's
also
be honest,
bringing the cougars
those guys are
out.
Horny. Yeah, it's just I like that. You guys got a perfect split because I feel like some people would think it's mostly like horny guys, but it's cool to have that women demographic where you're spreading your gospel. Because I consider you guys a religion now. When you just tell me that,
for
I consider you guys.
sure. Don't
So
tell
what
my
would you call
dad.
the
He's
religion?
a pastor. This is probably blasphemy. But yes.
What would you call the religion of the roster? Would you call it like rosterology or like rosterism? Something
It's so
along
funny
those
that
lines?
you ask that because someone actually recommended we call our fans the Rastafarians, which is like
I
a
like
whole, but that's like its own religious thing, though.
I think we would just be like, what? Just like a cult of just pure sluts. Just a whole bunch of sluts.
Hey, that's fine. I mean, I feel like speaking of like religion, I mean, we're gonna get off topic a lot because that's just how I roll. I just did a 50-minute show and we didn't talk about really anything that we had planned.
Okay.
It's funny though because we bring up religion and being a little promiscuous because when I did the King of the Hill blog and I labeled you guys Luann Platter, I said you guys are, and you guys took. This is not a bad way. They accepted what I wrote. I said you guys are sluts that are gonna get find Christianity down the road. And you guys thought that was hilarious.
It's the reverse for me. You got it close.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
I was born into it. And then
You were
I
born
found
okay,
sex.
so let's get into that. So you were born into a very like
No, not for
Christian.
really. I was adopted when I was 6 years old, but I was adopted into a very Christian family. Yeah, my father is a pastor. So maybe they say that like being a preacher's kid makes you rebel. I don't know if that's why I like to have so much sex or what. I don't know. It's possible. I mean, there might be a connection.
Yeah, I mean, if you're being told for years this is wrong, you're going to go do it. Right. Like my parents told me getting good grades in high school or like any school grade was wrong. I probably would have been really smart, but they didn't. So I'm just a dumb idiot that blogs now. So no, I get it. So I guess what else? What else about the roster should the branders know? So we got the podcast down now. Now let's get to the next chapter. You guys start the podcast. What happens next?
We got a lot of hate in the beginning, to be honest, from people in our personal lives, but also from people in like the Call Her Daddy fan base who felt like we were trying to like take over their little fan base. And then the Kirk Minahan fans we've had some trouble with and have somewhat made peace with.
No, we made beef, but we've corrected our beef.
I mean, I was just fucking a guy who's a big Kirk Minahan fan, so
also you
I think we made good.
Check this out.
You laid down, you waved the white pussy panties and said, I'm gonna cross the lines here and I'm gonna hook up with a Minifan and we're gonna mend the bridge here.
Yes.
That's exactly what I did.
Wow, that's kind of funny. I didn't know Minifans had sex.
They do, and little known fact, they can actually kind of hit it.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, to be a Minifan,
secretly hit it.
I believe it. They probably have a lot of pent-up frustration being a Minifan, so they just have to let it all out during sex. So that's the least surprising news. Wow, so let's go back to like the Call Her Daddy beef because I feel like people, I mean, there's going to be comparisons, but people have sex and people want to talk about it. I feel like whether it's in like stand-up comedy, other podcasts before them, like it's just everyone does it. It's just everyone has sex. Everyone wants to talk about it. Big deal. I don't think it's really
right.
They
but
didn't
no one
reinvent
does
the
talk
wheel.
About it.
I think a big thing about it is
thing,
like why does it really matter? I guess because like if you hear a band and they inspire you to make music, like that doesn't make you like I don't know a knockoff of that band. We like Call Her Daddy. We like fucking. So I don't know. When I first heard Call Her Daddy, it was like, I felt like it was like listening to Echo and I Hang Out, which was really cool. I was like, oh, we could easily do this. But it was really just as small as that. It wasn't like we wanted to take their content, but like they didn't invent the blowjob. Of course they have a blowjob episode and we have a blowjob episode. It's a sex podcast. I don't know what you want.
Yeah, that's what always kills me when people say we copy content. Like there are only so many ways to suck a dick. I gotta be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah, believe it or not,
No,
they
yeah,
didn't invent it.
Talking about getting sloppy on a dick is gonna happen. Like, that's just the basics.
Yeah, blowjobs have been around since, I don't know, like 1954. So, of course, along those lines, someone's talked about it at least more than once, like it's a different person. Yeah,
right.
I
And
get it. I mean,
aren't we slightly older than them? So have we been slobbing on knobs maybe probably a little longer too? Like maybe we're a little more experienced in the law of like slobbing on of knobs.
Like, sure, they did the podcast first, but I
sucked a dick first. So.
You guys sucked so they could walk.
We went
There you go.
we went ahead and got that real world experience.
We were sluts first.
Yeah, sluts.
And they have
Goat
to
sluts. I'm gonna
fake
drink to
being
that.
broke, but we actually are broke.
Yeah, there's no $1 million like an episode deal right now for you guys. You guys are living it though. But hey, when they make the Roster Girls movie and Brandon Sports is an executive producer and I'll get a credit on that, it's gonna be a heck of a story.
I'm gonna make sure they cast the guy with the glasses on. Like he's gotta have them.
Yeah, that's part of the deal.
It's either that or no deal. I won't sign.
Yeah, I like it. No, I don't know. I think that's kind of stupid. So so you got shit for that. Now the Minifans, where did they come into play on the hate? What happened there?
Okay, so actually this is pretty interesting. So my form of marketing, and this is just who I am as a person. I am. What I do is I'll look up blogs and I'll individually DM them. I'll tell them reasons why they should listen to my podcast and should blog about it.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I stumbled upon a blog and I honestly did not even read what the blog was about. I copy and pasted a message that I had sent to multiple people, but it had our podcast link in it. Well, the owner of the blog was our friend John, our now friend John, who did some work for the YouTube channel for Kirk Minahan's show. So he actually really liked our show when I sent him the thing. So he was like, hey, like, I think I can help get you on his channel. Well, little did he know that Echo and I were going to fuck that up. We did fuck that up. We made a very inappropriate joke.
Oh, wow.
We talked about seeing Kirk Minahan's dick. They didn't want to censor it out. It was long. Echo, are you frozen or are you just horrified right now?
She may be horrified.
She's frozen.
About Kirk Minahan's dick.
So,
all right, well,
that's how the Minifans came into our lives, and because of the way that John presented it, it seemed like we were trying to like leech off of the fan base, but we had like no. I mean, like I said, I didn't even know what his blog was.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were really turned off by it at first, like the Minifans. It was like they were very turned off by the concept of us like coming into their world or whatever. But hey, you're back.
She's back.
But we actually made friends with a lot of them, and I think that really helped. Whatever. I always think the Minifans are people you want on your side because they can make shit happen. You don't know if there's 20 of them or like 1 million of them. Like they're all have burner accounts. They can make shit happen. Like, so we want the Minifans to either love us enough or hate us enough to make us go viral on Twitter someday.
Yeah, I mean, it like you said, either end of that, they will make it happen.
Just like a cancel the roster tag, whatever you got to do. Throw me out there. I'm ready.
They wanted to fire K Marco, and that got some traction. So that's not
I made a beat about it.
Anne-Marie, did you talk about the bracket yet?
No. Oh yeah, that's a good
that was something that caused a lot of tension in the KMS community. We ranked them based on fuckability and then posted it and tagged them all in it. And
all the Minifans?
No, just some
prominent ones.
Okay.
Just some of the Twitter ones. Yeah, the Twitter ones. But,
and some enemies of the KMS world just to spice things up a little.
But we did it because we thought it'd be funny for them to lose, but it ended up causing drama. Like, these are like names you're not supposed to mention in the Miniverse.
And we put it on a bracket like they were fuckable.
It's like Voldemort. Oh, and you're not supposed to say it. And we came in and put it on a bracket, dude. They were like, no.
So that didn't go over well. But we carried it out to the end. And Kirk Minahan won.
No, he didn't.
Oh, who did?
Oh.
BA won.
Oh.
Yeah, because we wanted to, I said, listen, the reason why Kirk, he was supposed to win. He was the OG winner, but we changed it because the reason why they didn't like us in the first place is because of our dick joke about Kirk Minahan.
Right, because I said I wanted to
have him win the fuckability bracket now and like bring it back up. So we changed it around at the end, but it was like,
So
wow.
It's a lot of work being in a sex podcast. You've got to do a lot of networking.
Asking for people's dick pics sometimes works out professionally. Other times it doesn't. For you, it worked. But for Kirk, unfortunately, that was a big turnoff. So,
Jesus.
Yes.
Poor Kirk. Poor Kirk.
It's like, he's a family man, and we came right at his penis. And we just didn't know what we were doing. And I feel like that's probably how you feel right now when you're like, I'm going to do an interview with these girls. What the fuck did I just say?
I expected a little harassment, like I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I'm not going to Me Too anyone over this interview. We're just here to have fun. Talk about sex and get to know the roster girls.
That disclaimer is going to matter in the future.
Yeah. Just make sure that's like the one thing people clip from this is me giving you guys just like consent to do all that.
Consent is very important.
I don't know if that's what I was looking for. Yeah, no, that's
guys.
What you want.
I'm gonna disappear for 1 second, just visually, but I'll be here with my voice.
Okay, there you go. So. I guess so. Yeah, you beef with the Minahan people, and now you said you hooked up with one. How did that come about after the bridge was mended, or did that mend the bridge itself?
No, that didn't mend the bridge. Honestly, if anything, I feel like it put a wedge between parties. So, so it happened. We took a trip to Maine.
Okay.
For Sacco. Do you know what that is?
I don't think I know what Sacco is.
It was like this big gathering, and there were like live shows with Kirk, and just this big thing where all these fans can meet and everything. And we didn't actually go and see Kirk. We couldn't, but we made it like the last night in the middle of the night. Yeah. And it was like that weekend that it had happened. And it was actually Anne-Marie who essentially forced it on us.
No, okay. Hi, I'm still here, like I said, in voice.
Yeah.
I thought I could get away with it.
I'm watching over you. So Anne-Marie, at this point, had watched the two of them grind on each other multiple moments and, like, make out constantly. And I was like, can you guys just, like, go fuck or something? Like, it's so annoying. I'm trying to sleep. Like, they're doing it right next to me.
He came out of nowhere
for it, but really, I was just trying to sleep.
Wait, so this was in the hotel room? You guys are grinding and making out in the hotel room?
No, it was a friend's bedroom.
It was someone's bed.
Oh, okay.
But here's what happened.
Using the bed for the reason that you have a bed.
She wanted to sleep.
He
literally climbed on top of me out of nowhere. I was not expecting it. And he just put his hands around my throat. And if you listen to our podcast, you know that turns me on. And he listens. So that worked for me. And then he just kind of like, he did that for like a second. And then he just went and sat in a chair. Like he couldn't possibly care less about what just happened. I was like, what the fuck? Like I was so confused. And then he did it a second time. And I was getting really into it. And then Anne-Marie was like, go to the car and have sex now.
Wow. You got to respect that move. Just going once, knows what's going to work. And then just says, you know what? I'm going to walk back, sit down over here. And then I'm going to double down and do it again. And then
here's the thing.
That's what led to the...
It was impressive.
The real reason that Echo and I created our sex podcast is so that we can teach guys how to get us specifically off. It's like a guidebook. We're like, listen to our podcast.
Guys that I fuck honestly listen to the podcast and do a better job because of it.
Yeah, I know. Or
But
like,
for me
like,
specifically.
guys start to think there's like some kind of pressure because they think we're going to review it on the podcast. So they'll give you their best work.
Yeah. That's a perk.
Yeah, no, it's like they're getting interviewed on the show, kind of. That's what they're doing when they're having sex with you guys.
How it was from a roster perspective.
I actually have a guy that I sleep with regularly who's a big roster fan. He was a roster fan before I fucked him, and he actually tries to convince me every time we have sex to let him come on the show.
You're like, hey, you can come on me, but the show, whole different story.
Right, that's not going to work.
Things, Akko tries to convince me to let her have someone make her come on our show. And
oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Still,
I think it would be a fun experiment.
That would be, would that be a first in the podcasting world to have someone orgasm live on a show?
Groundbreaking. Thank you.
I want to do it too then if we're breaking ground.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys might as well just do it together because I can guarantee there's never been a simultaneous orgasm on a podcast.
Is there an OnlyFans for that kind of content?
We can get a branded sports OnlyFans for you guys. And I'm sure Joe will sign off on that, Eddie, everyone. And
everyone can participate.
This is actually not a joke. This is real. Akko and I once we made a fake nude together.
Oh my god, we did.
All right, let's hear this.
I got $75 for it.
So
wow.
Man wanted a video of Akko sucking a dick. So what we did is I put on a pair of her ex-boyfriend's underwear. And
I have this really realistic looking dildo.
And you put it in and suck it out through the hole, like the pee hole for the boxers.
Oh yeah, we put on porn of a guy masturbating in the background.
So it's and the guy loved it. He bought it, $75.
I sent it to multiple other guys, and they also enjoyed it.
We made a sex tape together. People don't understand, but that's what it is Akko sucking my dick.
Wow. That must have been hard for you to just like not say anything, or you got to have the porn in the background to convince, because if they hear even a hint of you giggling or anything, they're like, something's fishy here.
I put my hand on her head at one point too. I was getting freaky with it.
It was so hard for me too, though, because like every time I suck dick, it's a performance, and so normally I'm performing for a dude who's really horny for it. This time I was performing for her, laughing at me.
Yeah, I mean,
you did work though. She sucked the rubber right off that dildo.
Yeah, it's just like there's no realism to it at all. It's just all gone. All the veins, the shaft, completely just mangled now after
that's the way I sucked it.
This dildo has been around in our house because it also at one point gave Akko a forehead bruise the size of a softball.
I'm guessing someone hit you. Didn't hit her with that. You got hit by that by.
I put it on my forehead.
Dildo unicorn, and it left a hickey on her forehead, like huge one.
Yeah, I mean, you had to have seen that coming.
Pun intended. No, I really didn't. I put it on my forehead, and I'm not even kidding you. I had to have my ex-boyfriend yank it off of my forehead because I could not physically do it myself. That's how hard it was on my forehead.
Now, did it get awkward for him because he's like having to jerk this dildo off of your head?
Honestly, we've also done the other weird thing with that dildo, Akko. We also had a deep throating contest with that same dildo.
Yes, we tied.
Tied, all right.
We realized that it wasn't us because we both probably could have gone further, but the dildo just had no bend at the bottom of it, so you couldn't like.
Right.
And the truth is that like Amory has no gag reflex. I do, but I think we could both get the same length of dick down our throats. It's just that I would puke and keep going, and she just wouldn't have to worry about that part.
And I just would,
You just give him the old cold lunch, and you're like, "Hey, don't worry, I ain't stopping. We're gonna keep on going." Now, I can suggest a tip for you, Akko. I've done this when I brush my teeth. I take my left thumb and I put it under my hand, and I squeeze my hand. sometimes it works.
Okay.
Sometimes it doesn't.
I'll
Try
give
that
a
next
try.
time. Yeah, give it a try with and if one of the roster guys is listening and you end up hooking up with Echo, make sure that if it comes to that, you just force her thumb into her hand and then close the fist and then just go see what happens.
I'm gonna do that and I will let you know how it goes. And who knows, maybe this will be the next tip on the roster that like saves people's lives.
It's been saving my gum.
We're gonna wear
so
the glasses
hopefully it saves.
while we deliver the tip.
Yeah, that's good. It saved me from gingivitis multiple times. Hopefully, it can save you guys in your deep throating adventures. So, let's talk about your Twitter because your Twitter, like you said, it's just like the show. It's very out there.
It's explicit.
And I mean, that's explicit. I mean, it's definitely not going to be found. Your pastor, your whole family is not going to be following that. At least I hope they don't. Do they? None of your family? Do they follow that?
No.
My sister actually is a big fan.
Oh, my sister is too.
My brother-in-law made the intro song for our podcast. So
my mom has listened to an episode.
We don't talk about it, and it's like I don't know if he's ever listened, and even if he did, neither of us wants to talk about it. Nobody needs to know what's up there, so we just don't mention it.
You know, if he's putting in overtime at church, it's just praying for you.
Yeah, I think he probably gave that up a while ago. He's had me as a child for a while.
So he just...
She's a problem.
All right, and Echo, you said your mom listens to it. What does she think about this?
No, my mom listened to one episode, and here, I told her, Mom, we made a Black Lives Matter episode. It's not sexual at all. It's mostly not sexual.
Okay.
And you can listen to this one. So I tried to send it to her, and she doesn't have Spotify or Apple. So what she did instead was went to our YouTube
and just
our former YouTube, and just picked one. And she picked one called The Freak and the Hoe, and that's one where I take all my sex toys out and I share them with the world. And I also tell the weird porn of the week where a girl sucks a cum enema out of her own ass. It is intense. And she was like, that was a little TMI. And then we didn't talk about it for months. And then she just shared the link to our show just the other day. And somebody asked her what it was about. And she said, I don't know, her sex life, I think. I don't listen. I'm just trying to be supportive.
Hey, you know what? Props to Mama Echo for that.
So sweet of her.
That is really sweet of her.
This is her.
Wow. That would be something. I as someone that's not going to have a kid, I will never know that feeling of stumbling upon their sex podcast. But I can imagine it's not bad. It's just you don't know. Like, you don't plan for that when you have your kids.
And it's a totally different side to me.
Like they don't need to hear much before they want to turn it off. Like, it's not like people act like, oh, your parents are probably like, no, my parents might be like disappointed, but it took like all of 2 seconds for him to know he doesn't need to listen to any of that.
Just read the episode titles and it's pretty clear.
That's what it's about, and he was good on it.
That's
how.
No, it's funny you brought up like a weird porn clip. There was one I used to show everyone back in the day called Squirt Wars, and it was just like,
that to us?
Yeah, I'll DM it to you guys if I can find it. And it's just so hilarious. It's just like I don't know how, but it's like super soakers were like just stuffed in these girls' vaginas, and it was just like it was like a sprinkler. I mean, I'm sure that's like out there before. But it was like the OG video I saw of that, and I was like, wow, this is interesting.
Real though, the very first time that I ever squirted, it was like
I fucking hate you.
It was like it scared me how far it shot. Like there was like it was projectile. Like it could have hurt someone.
Wow. That would be.
It was like a
yeah. I can't say I know the feeling, but I can for sure say I would have a fearful expression on my face if all of a sudden I just started projectiling out of my crotch. Yeah. My first thought is that I'm gonna need to clean the sheets. That would be my first thought.
Yeah.
It kind of be like post nut clarity. I'd just be like, wow, I need to clean the
Honestly,
sheets.
I've given it up. It's like if I'm masturbating, I might as well just plan on purchasing a new pair of sheets.
Yeah, that would not be good.
but
a new set a day.
Weird porn of the week is something that we do regularly as a segment, though, and it unfortunately originated out of like weird porn that I masturbated and climaxed to.
Okay.
So that's out there in the world for everyone to know.
Yeah.
And then it kind of developed into us trying to find different weird porns, maybe that aligned with the episode themes.
Sending it to us, so now we're getting like really weird shit
all the time. We love it.
Yeah. Like, because when you have it just between like you two, like, okay, I know they won't go further than this, but fans are a wild card. They're gonna send you scat. They're gonna send you, just like the weirdest shit possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really opens up.
Have come from other people. They've sent them to us. We've used almost all of them.
So the roster, sorry, what were we calling them again? The roster.
No, they don't have a name.
They don't have a name
themselves. We're busy. We're making content.
We're not that creative.
So, could I suggest the roster baiters? That's like a thing. That's a thing in fantasy football. When you get a good team, you jerk off to it and you roster bait. So let's give a second meaning to it, and just fans of the podcast, we'll call them roster baiters.
I'm sorry. Did you just name our fan army?
I may have. Don't worry. I am seeking 0% equity for that. That's a freebie.
You weren't gonna get any. We don't share well.
But that is the best suggestion we've heard so far.
Manscaped stuff, you can. I don't have any balls, so this is useless to me.
I would definitely welcome getting some Manscaped because
I was gonna give this to all the guys I fuck, so their balls would be nicer. But if you need it, I got you.
I might need that. So
they have. Let me show you real quick. Not to Manscaped. I'm a fan.
She's just so excited. We just got this stuff today. That's why we're wearing it.
But listen,
hey, fuck it. We're 30 minutes in. It's time for an ad. Throw in your promo code, all that stuff while you're talking about it.
So if you use the code roster at checkout, you can get 20% off on this bad boy.
And free shipping.
Crop preserver. It is
That's
ball
my favorite.
Deodorant right here.
I didn't know that ball deodorant fucking existed.
And it's
I knew the problem. Yeah, I knew the problem of chafing.
Leg, you know that thing where you like accidentally sit on them or like.
I know the problem.
Or because Manscaped has the crop preserver.
Yes. And it helps also with the smell, which for me is the bigger issue. The chafing, I don't really give a fuck about. The smell, though, a lot of men could benefit from using some ball deodorant every once in a while.
They also
I believe
have
it.
A ball toner. This is called the Crop Reviver. Now, this right here, this keeps the pH of your balls right where you need it to be, boys.
Oh my!
Boxers, so if anybody needs a pair, I've got.
No, we'll keep those for our next blowjob video.
Yeah, you got so you can have it sponsored by Manscaped. So you're getting the $75 from the horny guy, and you're collecting like 30 on the back end from Manscaped.
We got to be making that money around here.
That's right. We hustle here. Now, a little fun fact on chafing: if you ever see a guy in the dog days of summer just doing one of these like stretches and stuff, he's getting his balls off his legs.
Yeah,
that's what he's doing because the chafing.
This shit, the ball deodorant, it's got like antiperspirant inside of it, so your balls aren't going to be sticking to your leg to begin with, but then also they're not going to be chafing when they're like swinging around in there.
Sounds pretty good, fellas. Roster at checkout manscaped.com.
Yeah, I got to give a big shout out to Manscaped because they're doing what Old Spice and Gillette and all of them, they won't touch. They won't touch the ball deodorant. Manscaped are trailblazers.
Right, and they're not afraid.
Yeah.
No.
All those other brands, pussy
and
shit.
Women. Balls smell like Taco Bell when you're down there and they're sweaty. Like, gross.
Yeah, I mean.
So this helps the women, too.
Yeah, I mean, it goes both ways. There's definitely stinkage on both genders, and I'm glad because girls have the douche. Now we have the Manscaped ball deodorant.
You deserved it.
Yeah, we earned it through years of just not washing our balls.
Will thank you.
Oh shit! So we were talking about
public. My
Twitter.
family's gonna be so proud. I had a shirt on the other day at my dad's house that said "hotter than a hoochie coochie" on it, and it had like a guy floating around in like a creek, like there's like a song, I don't know. But I wore that to my dad's house, and my stepmom was like, "Amory, I know what a hoochie coochie is." And like I just couldn't even like realize what was happening, and then I realized that it's not normal for people to wear things like that,
like coochie,
or like maybe this shirt that says "your balls will thank you." When I wear that to my family gatherings, they might think it's weird, like, but I don't.
Just tell your stepmom not to kink shame. It's 2020. We're not kink shaming anymore.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. This is
so
friendly.
And I'm glad we're bringing up this as we still talk about Twitter, like Echo was saying, because some people may shame this, kink shame it. I'm not. I'm just saying some people out there might. Porn on the timeline should be illegal. I'm assuming TL's timeline, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Porn on the timeline should be illegal when I'm on my period. Yes, it makes my pussy tingle. But what the fuck am I going to do about it now? Absolute torture. Yeah, this is a problem I can't say I have, but I can imagine
listen, I'm here to offer a solution.
We have a whole episode actually called "Riding the Red Devil" about this.
Everybody who's listening, here's a tip from the roster. So, clean your shit up real good. Get in the shower, ladies. Tampon in. It's like a plug for the blood. Nothing's coming out.
And then
you can still lick the clitoris then, you know?
Really?
You can still have an orgasm.
That's you know what? I think you just solved the problem. I mean, Manscaped solved the ball deodorant problem. You guys just solved the orgasming on your period problem.
It's not a problem anymore.
No, this is just groundbreaking for the Roster Girls Q&A. So, I mean, how many of your friends follow you on Twitter? Like between you guys, almost all of them?
All of our friends. I mean, pretty much all of our followers on our personal Twitters are probably our friends.
And they know what to expect. Like you haven't got any pushback from the friends.
No, this isn't something they expect. The thing is, Amory and I, it's not like this has always been our personality that we just talk about dicks and sex a lot. It really came out of like we both had long-term relationships, and when we came out of them, it was so liberating. And so we really took control of our own lives again, and we talked about whatever the fuck we wanted to talk about. And the fact that men were uncomfortable about it and wanted us to stop only made us want to do it more. And so it is the way that we talk to each other in private, but in public, everyone saw us as like really well put together people. Like people think I'm like this really sweet, shy girl who's like really smart and focused on academics. And like, that's my life. And then I have a sex podcast where I'm talking about slobbing on knobs. And so a lot of people were very surprised by that. And then similarly for Anne-Marie, obviously.
I think one of the big things that it's been cool is like people are reaching out to us though, like from our hometown or just complete strangers and telling us how cool like our podcast is or that they listen. Like we found there was like a couple from our hometown that was like, we sit down together every week and listen to your episode together. And that's so cool. They listen together. It's like a couple activity for them to listen to us talk about dicks.
People have been mostly receptive. They've been shocked though.
So has like a former crush in high school reached out that maybe rejected you then and they're like, wow, this is what I missed out on? Has that happened at all? Oh, wow.
No, I hate that. Yeah, that happened.
It reminds me of someone specific.
My middle school boyfriend became one of my roster members for a while. Because turns out he can hit it. My middle school taste was spot on with that one.
Yeah. Wait, but didn't he break up with you for someone in middle school? Who was that? Was it me?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
we got some.
I hated Echo beforehand. But here's the thing, Echo. Who has he made orgasm?
Oh, we got ourselves a good old-fashioned orgasm standoff here.
I mean, it's all you. I wouldn't fuck him at all now.
Oh, wow.
I would because
not because of him. Well, because of him, but only because of him being a dick to her.
Oh, yeah. roster girls ride or die. If you're, let's put it on record now. If you're a dick to one of them, you ain't slinging dick to the other. That's just how it's gonna go.
No, if you're coming at Echo by insulting me, it's gonna be a no. Because not
and
only
people think we don't talk.
She'll wait. She does it. She'll tell me, Amory, this person's talking shit because she knows. Rich Kelleher was a Minifan, or an excommunicated Minifan, but he came at Echo very aggressively. And then she tagged me in, she was like, Amory, this guy's being kind of a dick. And I was like, I'm the boyfriend. I rolled up, I was like, excuse you. Who are you?
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. He slid in my DMs trying to get me to go out on a date with him for the show. He was like, I'll get you so many views. Meanwhile, this guy has 700 followers on Twitter, and everyone in the KMS world kind of hates him. So I'm sorry, what are you offering me? It seems like you're just trying to weasel your way into fucking me, and that's definitely not happening.
It seems like he's trying to do a casting couch because he's saying he's popular, but clearly he's not. He's the one on the couch. You're the one behind the desk.
Right.
Kind of weird.
And he's trying to manipulate me into thinking it's the opposite, and it's you don't get to do that. No. Shut the fuck up.
He made a video where
he was
said,
insulted.
Your co-host, or you clearly drive the bus there. I don't know what's going on with your co-host, so he insulted me.
Yeah. Fuck that.
And that was really what was the tipping point, because you can't fuck with one of the roster girls like that. It doesn't matter. If someone tries to pit us against each other, nothing makes me more angry than someone trying to get between my friendship with Echo.
And what's so funny about it is that people constantly underestimate our intelligence because we do have a sex podcast. Yeah. And we don't necessarily sound super smart all the time on it. So people think they can manipulate us very easily and that we just won't notice. And that's not the case. And so it is really frustrating just to see how many people are trying to work their way in. And even with us as a fledgling podcast, people trying to influence it in certain ways and make it into something for themselves.
Yeah, that's just kind of a bad assumption. Just because people talk about sex doesn't mean they're stupid. You wouldn't look at a porn and then be like, oh, that girl's, I could tell her to do whatever she wanted because, she's in porn. She can't be that smart. In fact, that's probably the people that are more open to talk about it are probably more likely the ones that are,
One of my biggest hang-ups since we started the podcast hasn't even really been necessarily that. It's that people think it's easy to fuck me now. It's because I like to have sex, I might want to have sex with anybody.
Right.
So you don't even have to try. People come at me in the most confident, aggressive, disgusting ways. And it drives me up just like it does any other girl. It's just right. I don't know.
So let's hear. So we heard about Echo's, what she prefers. Now you said you don't prefer that. What an ideal for a roster guy to slide in the DMs or just try to, initiate. What is going to be the move?
I do really well with if you are really bad and toxic for me, and if you reject me and show no interest in me, if you seem like you're the complete wrong guy for me.
But if you open up with a funny joke, you're in.
Oh yeah, you're in. You know what's a really good one for me? Money. If you have a lot of money,
yeah,
I'll give you a couple points on personality or looks if you've got money. Either
there you go.
Cash at me and I will talk to you.
If you send me a Venmo, it's every dollar makes me just a little wetter.
There you go. So guys, if you're trying to get some WAP, just spend the guap. It's simple as that.
Slide in.
It is really.
Venmo. It's just my first name dash my last name. We don't need to discuss details after that. Just dripping wet.
Yeah, just that's all it takes. Man, that would.
But in all seriousness, I have lately been taking on a much more dominant personality in the bedroom, where I kind of calling the shots. I used to letting a man Echo loves gangbangs. She's all about a man throwing her around, And I used to be in that same boat, but now I'm kind of in this phase where I want to be the one throwing someone around.
Yeah.
So I would say that kind of like dominatrix stuff, that's like what you can get if you're ready to like completely submit to how much more powerful and better I am than you, then that's how you can really slide in,
That just turned
on your
me
knees.
on.
On your knees, if you slide in on your knees with your wallet out.
That just gave me another idea for content. You need to get a Minifan and just do full dominatrix, put it on pay-per-view. I'm sure a Minifan would love to be humiliated.
I feel like this is like leading us to porn.
What's the pay-per-view? I'm ready for some, if I can get money in any way,
Yeah, I mean, Bella Thorne just got $200 on a pay-per-view for a non-nude photo. I mean, you guys are getting at least 50.
One of the things that...
Well, the limit's at 50 now, thanks to Bella Thorne.
Yeah, that's bullshit. She really fucked over
a lot
you guys ever tried to get into that.
You depended on the, the income.
Oh, yeah, we're real fired up about it.
Woo, Bella! Yay, you, girl.
You little bitch.
Had to ruin it for everyone. So yeah, you were going to talk about porn there, and I think I should just get this out of the way now. I know absolutely like zero names. I talked about this when I was on Twitch the other night.
No,
I just find a video.
Listen, I like that too.
Yeah.
I thought I was weird because like all my friends have favorite porns. Like Echo, I watch a lot of porn, but like I don't have a person. I'm not looking for a person. I'm looking for a thing. Like
right.
I'm looking for an act.
I have like a top 5 men and a top 5 women.
Yeah,
so
and I don't have that. Like, and then I was talking to one of my guy friends about it, and he's saying like his favorites are like usually girls who look like someone he knows or something, or like someone he can like get a little more personal with in his head. Yeah. But for me, I don't care.
No,
I just want to see your nakedness so I can come. I don't know.
Right, you're just trying to get from point A to point B.
I don't draw the bond. I don't want to know their names. Like I don't.
For me, let me just say, I think that for me, it's in part because I do like a little bit more aggressive porn. So it's not like just any kind of video is going to do. So you kind of find people who perform in a way that you prefer or that will be your style. And also, for example, like Adriana Chechik is one of my favorite porn stars. And it's like, that she's doing it because she wants to and because she enjoys it. And then you feel a little better watching it because of that.
Yeah, because there's some that are out there that it's like not on the up and up. So it's like, yeah, that makes you feel a little bit better about it. Like you can come and then be like, you know what? That wasn't someone that didn't want to be there. I feel
she wasn't
the bottom line though, we're all in agreement though, when you're done coming and you have that post-nut clarity that you're fucking swiping the fuck out of that browser real quick.
Sometimes I'm horrified.
Weird? Like if I'm like when I'm horny, I'll look at some weird vulgar shit and be into it. But the second I'm done, like I'm looking at that like, dear God, where's your dad at, girl?
My NSA agent is so ashamed.
Oh yeah, I've sometimes forgotten to close out of it on my phone, and I've just like gone to research something else, and I'm like, fuck, that's still up.
I use separate browsers. I use Safari for porn and Google for everything else.
That's actually probably a good idea. I should. Yeah. See, I'm helping you help me, and then you're helping vice versa, wherever I was going with that.
Reciprocal relationship. Fantastic.
Yeah, there we go. No, like my friend bought a Nikki Benz cameo, and I had no clue who that was.
I don't know who that is.
She's some porn star, I guess. And she says my name, and apparently it's supposed to be awesome. I'm like, who's this stranger? Just like, I don't know who this is. It does nothing for me. My friend's like, you don't know Nikki Benz? I'm like, and I'm with Anna Marie. I just go what I need to see, and then I'm like, I'm out. It's kind of like a covert mission, I sneak in to the bank, I heist,
like, I'll be
and
like,
I'm out.
When I type, I'm looking for something specific. Like, I want to see, like, okay, I'm looking for a MILF sucking her stepson's dick at a bar mitzvah with whipped cream. Like, that's what kind of person I am. I don't care who's doing it. I just want it to look hot, like... But I'm not looking for, like you said, Echo, I don't have, like, a freak specialty in gangbangs. I could understand how it would matter a little more if you did.
Yeah, I feel like if you're watching someone get gangbang, you want to make sure that, like, that's their thing. That's their niche that they want to be.
Like, do I have a favorite MILF? No, I don't. I like all of them.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, that's really look at us. We're almost 50 minutes in. That's really all I have for you guys. I think I had some questions. Do you guys want to do some questions from some curious branders?
Definitely.
All right, I just got 3 here, and we'll end on these. One lucky brander from Philadelphia that I picked this question wrote, I recently bought a Manscaped razor using your promo code. My question is, do I scorch the earth or do I keep some grass on the playing field? So are we going like completely Tay Diggs bald or are we going buzz cut?
Eddie.
So Eddie, I'm talking to you directly. So Eddie, what you do is go scorched earth first. I want you to go bald as fuck. Just see how it flies with the lady, you know?
No. I have a preference here because
okay, let's hear it.
I've said on the show, like, shave your hairy balls, and I mean it, but I don't mean shave it like you're a fucking baby. Like, I have sucked a dick that's bare, and it makes me feel like I'm almost sucking a child's dick. I just can't handle it.
Yeah, like as soon as you leave the bedroom, they're putting you in handcuffs. Like that's how you feel.
Right. Like, and it's like, should I suck this person's dick? I don't know. Right, like logically I get it, he's of age, but emotionally something else is happening to me. I'm feeling very unwell.
No, I get that. That
I
could be an issue.
This is the rule, okay? So you want your girl's mouth to go how far down on your dick?
All the way.
Down there. At least,
right.
Okay? If you want her all over your balls, then keep them pretty trimmed.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want a little ball play, like a little trim is fine. You know,
I think balls maybe would be fine if they're fully shaved, but everything else maybe keep a little bit of hair.
Right.
Is that too particular?
Yeah, I like it depends on, like, if you have your balls shaved, I'm gonna suck on your balls. Like,
yeah,
if you
right.
don't, I'm not gonna. Like,
I'm going to either way.
It's up
personally.
To your preference. If you don't want to shave, then don't expect him to be like in my mouth.
I need some kind of grooming to put the balls in my mouth. I'm not gonna put the forest in, but I'll put some shrubbery in.
No, and honestly, I'm assuming if you have a forest that you have bad dick hygiene as well, I'm starting to consider wanting a condom on your dick as well.
Which is saying a lot for her.
Yeah, so
because we raw dog at the roster.
Yeah, that Branded Sports is a raw dogging entity. So yeah, I'm glad we're all in agreement there.
Represent.
Yeah, that's right.
We laid the law down. No, we told Trojan, no, we won't let you sponsor our podcast because we think your product's bunk.
Yeah, like you can't have them sponsor you guys and then just go and say, hey, fuck condoms, don't use them.
What are we? Yeah, what are we supposed to advocate a product we don't use and don't believe in?
I would never do that.
Invented by
no one would believe us.
Who has an agenda.
Fucking Trojan, I tell you. They make cool commercials, though. I mean, you have to if you have an inferior product that no one wants to use.
Fun fact about me, one of my first jobs when I was in college, I worked in the nurse's office.
Yeah.
And I worked at the front desk. So sometimes when kids would come in and like they'd be like freshmen and stuff, they'd come in and they'd think because I was there, I was a nurse. You know, like I'm the first person they see. So they just start telling me what's wrong with them. And I'm like, oh, no.
Like so much detail.
I'll check it out in a minute. Well, this kid came in like seriously in a cold sweat. Like he looked not fucking well. And he came in and he was like mumbling because like I think he was really caught off guard by how young I was. So he's mumbling and I was like, what? Like just me bitchy me, what? I can't hear you. And he's like, condoms. I heard you guys give out free condoms. And I was like, oh shit, yeah. I like
here, take them, baby.
Yeah.
I looked like he was gonna throw up, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't want him to have to come back and ask for a while. That's like, here's our full supply.
Yeah, just take all of our supply of condoms.
Have it, buddy.
He's like, I was maybe about to have sex for the first time. Like, I didn't need like, 50 of these.
Here's 90. You're going to need them.
You know that guy took that as a challenge, too, now. He's going to go try bag 90 in the spring semester there. I hope he did.
Imagine, though, if it was his first time and he walks in and, like, it's, like, me in there and I'm so insensitive. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, we got those. Yeah, here. Like,
Can you just imagine every other trip to the nurse's office after that? He just expected to walk out with a bowl of condoms, like 90 condoms, and he's just like,
yeah, go to the nurse. They'll hook you up.
hey, bro, they gave me 90
no, we
condoms.
hook virgins up, though.
All right, second question here is also from Eddie. It's or no, this isn't Eddie. This is a girl question actually. So we'll just whatever. One of the girls wrote it. I have a Labor Day cookout at my boy toy's parents. He's got a hot older brother and a DILF. I have 3 options here. Who do I let clap my cheeks like they're getting a standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival?
Okay,
wait.
Can we rehash who's
Hang on. Is a foursome a possibility? Because if so, pursue it.
Because
that's my first piece of advice.
Yeah, as long as their dicks don't touch, I don't think incest is on the table.
Even if you get get 2 in any way, like
2, the brothers
who we got to get 2 in. Yeah.
No, separately. Do it separately. The brothers one night, and then the other. Yeah.
Okay,
I like it.
I'm gonna say first of all, never turn down a DILF girl.
Yeah, if you have an opportunity, get it in because
we're
all getting older.
Care of you, girl. They know how to make you come already. They've been around the block. Other women already trained them. Go for the
yeah. I mean, if I'm a divorced dad and I'm semi good looking, I'm just visiting my kids' college every weekend.
I need somebody over 80. That's what I'm looking for. Somebody over 80 with a big bank account.
Big bank account, saggy balls those are going to be easy to trim though, because they're just hanging so low.
That he's got like some kind of like chronic illness.
So my thing, I guess, for this person to really take home is like take what you can get. Like if you have to only fuck your boyfriend the whole time, like eye roll, do it. But if you have the possibility for more, I would say definitely pursue
your
that.
Boyfriend because
tunnel vision.
Relationships dry me out.
Yeah, that relationships.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Gross.
All right.
Even the word sounds like vomit.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys aren't dry. Yeah, there we go. I was expecting a dry heave there. All right, last question here. It's no simp September, and boys are unsubscribing from my OnlyFans by the hundreds. How do I stop this mass simp exodus?
I would say you need to stop focusing on the guys you're losing and start focusing on gaining new followers. So something that might help is by integrating a new gimmick to your OnlyFans. Like, I don't know, it's hard to say without seeing the content what to tell them to do, but I would say like find something new to integrate into your content and then work on expanding your fan base. Fuck those guys. If they're out, they're out. They can suck
That's right.
Dick
Get them out of here. You guys don't know about No Simp September?
I don't know anything about that.
It was a trend on Twitter a couple the first of the month. It's kind of like a No Nut November where guys aren't simping for girls now the whole month. It's it's a tough month for hopefully not for you guys.
Who is the September birthday? I can tell you they're still simping.
I'm like wondering like how is this gonna affect me?
Yeah, as I say that I really hope the roster girls aren't affected by.
We haven't noticed any differences yet.
Well, that's good. That's good. We do not want.
I'm still getting the same level of dick pics in my inbox every day. Don't worry about me.
Pretty wild before this interview. Do you want me to tell you about it?
Let's hear it.
So I went on a date with an older man. Do you want to know how old?
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's go. How old?
So his profile said 69, but I think he was undercutting it. I think he's a little older than 69.
And how'd it go?
So he's like Bernie Sanders' age.
Well, we went to Olive Garden, and you know how like at Olive Garden, if you order like extra breadsticks and like salad, they'll let you take them home on the side. You know, like
yeah.
So I was thinking of Echo, and I was blatantly saying it too. I was like, "Yeah, you have to order extra for your roommate." So that was number one. Number two, the gentleman bought me flowers. So I got some flowers.
Ooh, that's sweet.
And here's what he really did that got me wet. So I'll be letting him stick his tongue in my mouth again soon. He also gave me a $100 bill, which I love $100 bills.
Oh yeah.
Money.
I honestly, at that point, the Olive Garden and the flowers didn't even matter.
He knew the way to your heart was green.
He stole my heart.
I love it.
Salute to him. I think that's about as good. We can't top that. So, there we go. I got moonshine in there. That's probably not a good idea. But like the ticker says, follow the Roster Girls on Twitter at Roster Podcast. And I was going to put your guys' Twitter in there, but you guys retweet a lot of your stuff on there, so everyone's going to see it. They're going to follow your guys' personals. So if you guys want to plug those too, go ahead, plug your personals.
Yeah, it's just our names, right? Isn't it just my
Mine
name?
is weird. So mine is it's like Feline Echo, so it's FELINAECHO. And so that is a combination of, I don't think it's the genus, but whatever's under that, of cats.
Yeah.
And I love cats. So it's a combination of that and my name, obviously.
Okay.
So
right.
So it's better if you just go to Roster Podcast and find me there.
So as you said, just go to Roster.
And you guys have it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yes,
is there any other ones?
We have a website actually with all of our merch. It's rosterpodcast.com. And that features our newest merch collection, which has all of our 1-star reviews listed on it. So go check those out.
Our best 1-star reviews from Apple.
They are fucking hilarious. They're outrageous. So everybody go to rosterpodcast.com. All our links are there.
And
all right, there you go.
It'll link you. And then we also post some stuff on YouTube. We were doing a YouTube series for a while. We're taking a little hiatus from that. But you can always catch us doing stuff online. Instagram, wherever, Twitter.
If there's a platform from the Roster Girls to be horny, chances are they'll be on there. So
thank you guys. A lot. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming on, and that was fun.
Awesome.
Well,
so nice